Gwaltney is from the Gwaltney Group, a local trustworthy real estate team. And this segment's all about topics, issues, information local homeowners, buyers, sellers need to know. And today we're talking about luxury homes. Thanks, Robin, for coming in again on a Thursday.
Always a pleasure.
So tell me about the luxury market in Rochester. Is there a market? What does it look like? Let us know.
Okay. So, Libby, I have been selling houses in Rochester longer than you have been alive. As a matter of fact, I sold my first luxury home before you were even born.
Wow.
Because I got into real estate as a second career. I was already in my late 30s, and I was very fortunate to get a listing that was over $1 million. And sold it before my 40th birthday. So that's been,
That's awesome.
Longer than you've been alive. Well, thanks. But anyway, back then it was a really rare thing. I mean, there were very few houses that were selling for $1 million in Rochester. Now it's very common. And when I say very common, it still only, consists of maybe 5% of all the sales.
Right.
But much more common. Okay. So just to give you some numbers, just this year, looking back at what's currently active, what's pending, so under contract, and what has sold in the last 6 months, if we look at $1 million to $2 million, that's 65 properties.
Wow.
And if we look at over $2 million, that's 9 more. So 74 properties. So
that's a good chunk of
it's
right?
a lot more, and we're just going to continue to see more and more as prices go up, because people are at the point where, building is so expensive. If we're going to pay $750,000 or $800,000 to have a big 2-story house with 5 bedrooms and 5 baths, we might as well spend a couple more $100,000 and put in our in-ground pool, put in our outdoor kitchen, put in our home gym, whatever it is. I've seen basketball courts in homes in Rochester, and those amenities. So they're getting So when we talk about the luxury home market, it's not just the price; it's the amenities that those homes have as well. But they typically go together.
Right. And so what is the price that deems it a luxury?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Depending on where you look, if you, if we go to RE/MAX and we say, how do we know what our luxury market is? They'll say 2.25 times the average sale price, which in our market, I think it'd be between $750,000 and $800,000.
Okay.
And there are definitely some $750,000, $800,000 luxury homes. I've sold patio homes, like one level, that are decked out that price with every amenity you can imagine. But then there are some that are nice homes, but not necessarily luxury. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So if you look at the website, so I have a special designation, called Certified Luxury Market Home Specialist. So if you look at the CLMHS website, it'll tell you that the top 5% of the sales in your market are typically what designate luxury. And so if I looked, I think in the 2024 in the Rochester market, I think about 4% of sales were above $1 million and above. So I think that's pretty true.
Yeah.
As far as if I think of what is a luxury home in Rochester, sometimes it's $750,000, $800,000, $850,000, depending on the amenities. But I think now it's more typically $1 million and up.
So in these luxury homes that you've been selling recently, what has been the amenity that people are like, yes, this is what I want?
Well, I don't think it's any special one amenity. They just expect all, you've heard this saying, it's an old saying, all the bells and whistles. It's like if I'm buying a house that's in this category, I expect to have those extra things. All houses have kitchens and bedrooms and bathrooms, but we want the home gym. We want the full-on bar where we can entertain.
Right.
We want the outdoor kitchen. Maybe it's the in-ground pool. That's a iffy thing in Minnesota. Some people love them, some people hate them. I particularly love them, but some people hate them. Anyway, so just whatever it is, some luxury homes are because they're right on the river and they have a dock right behind them. And so the house might not be any more special than another house that doesn't have that, but the luxury of having a dock in the backyard, right? So if you just think of the word. So it's those extra added amenities.
Okay.
It's a lifestyle.
I like that. And so you have this certification. Are there other people in your team that have this as well?
On our team, so basically in the country, there's between 10 and 12,000 agents that have this designation.
So this is not a lot.
It's fewer than 1% of all realtors. And I've had mine for 15 years.
Congrats.
And so 15 or maybe a little more. And then recently we've had 3 more members on our team obtain this designation. You go through training.
Yeah.
It's, we market properties differently. And I don't know I think you know this about me, but my background, my college degree is in marketing and management. So I love how I can put that to use in real estate, right?
Right.
So the marketing piece is really fun for me. And so to make really cool videos or, hire photographers to use drones and just to, we even had one condo that we flew the drone through the condo out onto the river. So just cool things like that. And we create really nice marketing pieces. We have our own marketing director, which I don't think any other real estate team in Southeast Minnesota has their own marketing director, but those kind of things. But we also, 10% of all of our sales last year were luxury home sales. So we sell quite a few.
That's quite a few, but
that's quite a few.
But you need to also acknowledge the other 90%, right? Everybody needs to contact you. So how do we get into contact?
I'm happy to help you no matter if you have a luxury home or any home. And my cell phone number is always going to be your best bet. That phone number is 507-259-4926. I invite you, to visit our website and learn more about us.
Well said. Well, thank you so much, Robin, for coming in again on the Thursday. I can't wait to have you back next Thursday and all the Thursdays after that.
Sounds great. Thank you, Libby.
We'll be back with more Midwest Access right after this.